Hi kids, this video is not going to mean anything to anybody. The only reason I'm doing it is just to kind of set a reminder for myself when I look back in however many months, years time. And the reason it won't mean anything to anybody is because it's a subject that bores the heck out of everyone. I'm talking, of course, about when someone has a dream and says, "Oh, let me tell you about the dream I had last night." Because it's interesting to yourself to explain that about how your brain comes up with these sights and sounds. But we all know, whether we admit it or not, that it's really boring having someone tell you about the dream they had. Oh, it's amazing, because you're not sure if it's true, you're not sure if they're embellishing, blah, 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 blah. So why am I going to do a little video here to remind myself about a dream I had? Well, this was unlike any other dream I've had, not because of the content, but because of the reality of it. I've never been very good at remembering my dreams until about 5 or 6 years ago, when I was on antidepressants. And one of the many weird side effects was my dreams became very, very clear, and I could wake up and remember them. That's happened in the past a little bit, but not very often. And even though I have not taken antidepressants now for, like, say, 5 or 6 years, I still do have a lot of lucid dreams that I can remember. Now, when it comes to lucidity, a lot of people can, oh yeah, it was very clear, felt like real, you know. But the dream I had last night, in a space of about 4 hours, because I sleep about 4 hours at a time, it was so ridiculously realistic. It was unlike anything I've ever dreamt before, you know, to the point where I was absolutely convinced this is where I am. I can look around, I can see stuff, I can do stuff, I can touch things, taste things, smell things, everything was completely real. So let's go back to the start. The situation was, I was in my bedroom, which is that door there, and I was sitting on the bed with a friend of mine. Now, the friend of mine, I've never met her in real life. She's just a friend I met online via, Facebook, etc. Nice enough person. Never met in real life. Never spoke to her on the phone. Don't even know what she sounds like. In fact, she lives in Canada, right? So we're just sitting there talking. And at that point in the dream, everything felt normal. And I became aware that the furniture in my... I'll just wait for the motorbike to... Bye-bye. I became aware that the furniture in my bedroom wasn't quite right. And I was like, hold on. And I was there going, right, well, I am aware. And I turned around to this friend of mine and I said, I am awake now, right? I'm not dreaming this, am I? She's like, no, you're awake. I'm like, okay, cool. I said, I just got to go grab a cup of water, because next to my bed, I've got a very small bedside little cabinet, and I've got a plastic cup of water in there. So I reach over for that cup and I grab it. And then I realize it's not on the little cabinet that's normally there. It's on a bigger cabinet, which is currently upstairs. And I thought, what's that doing there? And I'm like, okay. So I looked to the other side of the bed. It's a double bed. So on the other, where there's normally a chest of drawers, the small cabinet is there. And I'm thinking, why is this the kind of wrong way around? And why did I move that downstairs? And for what seemed like a good few minutes, I was going, why is my bedroom moved around? And I was like, I am awake now, aren't I? This is not a dream, is it? And she's like, no, it's fine. You are a dream. So I drink the water, and I could taste the water. I could taste the temperature of it. I could stand up. I could look around. And then all of a sudden, the realization came into my brain that I think you are dreaming this. I think you're dreaming this. And then I got hit with a little bit of fear, as if to say, what if I can't get out of this dream? What if I can't wake up? You know, like sometimes you have a nightmare and, you panic because you're not sure if you're going to escape whatever's scaring you or whatever. But I was kind of going, right, so I know then it dawned on me that, hang on, you're someone who I'm friends with on Facebook. I've never met you in real life, so you can't be here. There's no way you can actually be here. So I started going, I'm in a dream. I'm actually in a dream. And I was touching things and I was going, water is real. I can drink it, but I'm stuck in this 100% reality, just like I am now. I mean, for all intents and purposes, I might wake up from this one and go, I dreamt I was doing a YouTube video. It was that realistic. It was like, this is my life. It was like, the only way I can describe it is as if someone had teleported me into a different dimension where things were similar but different, and I'm like, whoa, am I going to get out of this now? And then before too long, I started going, right, well, you can't be here. My bedroom is certainly not, I don't remember bringing this side cabinet thing down from upstairs and stuff, so this has to be a dream. But everything feels realistic. It's like, how can it be? And I've never had that. I've never had that level of reality. It was completely 100% real. I wish all my dreams are like that. No, actually, I don't. I think that would be quite scary. I go to bed in this reality, hit the deck, fall asleep, and next thing I know, I'm wide awake and I'm in some other alternate dimension. That's what I think it's like. And then I started having thoughts of, what if that happens when you die? Because I don't believe in the afterlife. I don't believe in reincarnation. I don't believe in anything spooky. Once you die, dreamless sleep, you're dead, you're gone. That's it. Worm food, baby. But it made me think like, well, what if consciousness just travels to something else? I don't know. But then again, you wouldn't be aware of it, would you? I don't think you would anyway. Your mileage may vary. Make up your own rules about this kind of stuff. But like I said, this video is just for me. I know it's boring and doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't believe that dreams have meanings either. I think dreams are generally your neurons firing while you're doing REM sleep, whatever you call it, and you just kind of replay certain sights, sounds, emotions, smells, whatever, just before you wake up. But it was of a level of reality that I've never experienced before. It was as real as I'm sitting here right now, which was absolutely bizarre. I'm looking back with it now with kind of like novelty, like it was quite fun. But at the time, the creeping fear was, I'm in a place that isn't quite what I remember, but it's real. So how do I get out of it? So bizarre. Anyway, I know no one's going to watch this video. I know it's not going to get any like responses or whatever, but this is just one for me, guys. I just wanted to sort of record my feelings about it while they're still fresh in my brain, and I'll just chuck it up here anyway, without any fanfare or any opening and closing credits. It's just a bit of a, what do you call it, stream of consciousness babble. Anyway, I'll see you on Tuesday, where I'll be finishing off the Blake 7 blaster rifle. You'll see how that came together, and I've got 3 more to make, so if anybody's interested in one, let me know. Anyway, until Tuesday, take care now. Bye bye then.